Hello there guys, it's SotK here back on the Warriors of the Slime server for another episode of SotK Plays Minecraft SMP. Splash. I wonder what episode we're up to now. I'll turn my volume down because that splash probably deafened everybody. I think we're on episode 19? Yeah. Episode 19 of SotK Plays Minecraft SMP. Today, we're going to take a break from building. Well, how useless. Today we're going to take a break from building and go caving. Because that store cupboard that I built over there, near the windmill, wherever it is, it's a little bit empty. And it's been a while since I've done any caving. And as you've probably noticed, if you've subscribed to me or looked at my YouTube channel anytime in the past like 2 weeks, I've been playing a lot of ultra hardcore. And yeah, it's made me want to go caving again. So caving we're gonna go. Now we've got to find a cave first, because over that direction I've been in all the caves pretty much that I can think of. There's nothing down here. So yeah, we're here for a proper caving adventure. Also, caving's easy to do, and I'm a bit lacking in inspiration. Hey chickens, for that armory we started to build at the end of the last episode. Oh, it's gonna go night time, isn't it? I've not even found a cave. Yeah, there's a hole in the world. Damn it. So yeah, I've not really got much inspiration for that armory. I did a little bit more work on it off camera, but it's nothing special, and I'm not sure where I want to go with it. Oh, there's a mine shaft down there. Where's the way into that though? Well, I'd imagine it's probably connected to that one. I can't see an easy way down. There's a cave just through that bit of junk there. Hooray for cheating. So, yeah, what was I gonna say? So what, if we head over that direction, it looks like we'll find a way down. So yeah, I've got no real inspiration of, because I don't want it to just look like all the other houses, because it's the armory, it should look a little bit different. It's, you know, a little bit more big. That's why I started with the stone around the base instead of just wood, like I usually do. But, I don't know, creative block. So yeah, I've been playing ultra hardcore a lot, and where was that cave? Okay. There we go, that'll do. So yeah, this was the cave, wasn't it? Yeah. We've been playing a lot of ultra hardcore recently, and so we're gonna go caving because that's what we want to do. And also I've been playing a game called Timber and Stone recently as well, which is a really good game. It's kind of dwarf fortressy kind of type city building thing, survival city builder kind of thing. It's a lot like Dwarf Fortress, but it's a lot more user friendly than Dwarf Fortress. It's kind of the kind of game I've always wanted to play, but it's only in beta and it's infuriating sometimes. So, oh well, that was a terrible cave. So yeah, Minecraft. But yeah, I found the ultra hardcore Reddit, as you'll have noticed, and been playing a few games with them and working on my university projects as well. That's why the main reason why there's not been a video in however long, because it's busy time for SotK. It's been a couple of weeks now, hasn't it? I think it has. hear lava. I don't know if you guys can hear the lava, but that's why I'm digging around. I can't hear it anymore, so it's not going to be this one. It's a lot. What to talk about? Whilst we dig all this stone up. The last thing I need is more stone. Let's just dig down. Let's pretend we're playing ultra hardcore again and dig down. So, in the first season of ultra hardcore, if you like, the first 5 episodes I uploaded, they're all uploaded now. So spoilers might be happening in this video. Yeah, in that I came second place. Spoiler alert. I was a bit disappointed, but it was the first one of the first ultra hardcores I played in a while. I think I said that during the game, and it was a lot of fun. So no harm in not winning, right? And then the second one was with a group of people who put a post on the ultra hardcore Reddit about starting up a vanilla server, which would be like a vanilla server in the downtime between ultra hardcore games that they'd host on there. And I thought that sounds really interesting. I'd love to be on a server with more activity than Warriors of the Slime does, because as nice as this server is, it's not the most active server ever. But that server's not up right now. And there was some talk about not actually using it as a server during the time between UHC games, which I feel as though that's what's happened. I can hear a cave. Oh, I'm prepared for this caving trip. I've even brought an ender chest with me. Yeah, there we go. Now this is more like it. He says. Let's get some of this smooth on my bar. I don't need smooth stone. I've got an absolute boatload of smooth stone. Said the phone. It's not saying anything interesting, that's for sure. Okay, so I didn't bring a water bucket. What was I thinking? There's water somewhere. Okay, you can see it's a while since I've been caving that's not ultra hardcore. Because I can hear you, Skelly, zombie, guy. I'm coming to say hi. Hello there. Yes, nice to meet you. It's so good to be able to kill mobs in like 2 hits. Because, oh no, a skeleton. I'm not gonna run away. That one-shotted him. Why can I not do that in ultra hardcore? Everything would be a whole lot easier, wouldn't it? Well, I've totally lost my train of what I was saying before. I don't think I was saying anything interesting. So yeah, this is the second video after I've come back from holiday that's not ultra hardcore, isn't it? And I didn't talk about holiday in ultra hardcore. And I only partly talked about holiday in the holiday I'm back video, when we randomly built an armory. So let's have a talk about my holiday. It was a few weeks ago now. In fact, it was like 3 weeks ago now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 weeks ago now. I was at home again. That's crazy. We went to Scotland, as you'll know if you watched the episode 18. Yeah, this is 19. And my girlfriend came, and I went with my family and my girlfriend, and it was a really good holiday. And we did a lot of walking. I can't quite remember what I talked about in episode whatever on earth it was. 18. But I'm certain that I didn't talk about some stuff. So, my family's car can only fit 5 people in. And with maybe I've got a water bucket in my chest. It would have been too much to ask, wouldn't it? And with my family, there's 5 of us in the family, and the car can fit 5 people. So, with my girlfriend as well, that presented a little bit of a problem, since Scotland is running away, Skelly. It's okay. Since Scotland is quite a way away, and yeah, it's like, yeah, a big journey, like 7 hours by car. So we can't exactly walk there. So me and my girlfriend decided we'll get the train up so that, you know, my girlfriend can come on a holiday with us, and I'm gonna need a workbench. So we've decided this in like January, and we booked train tickets, or we went to book train tickets, and I'm gonna have to use some of my torch coal. It's okay, I've got a stack in a bit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we booked train tickets, and they were really expensive. So we thought, yeah, fair, okay. Maybe it's cheaper with a rail card. So, because we're both under 25, so I already have a rail card because I'm a student, and I get it as a bonus from my bank account. Bit random, but you know. And so my girlfriend bought a rail card, which slightly, or I assume slightly, reduces the price of train tickets, but in the end it turned out cheaper to buy a rail card and the train tickets than the train tickets on their own. So that was a bit silly. Oh, my particles are off. And so yeah, that was all fine and dandy. It was a pretty expensive train ticket, but it was cheaper than other forms of transport like coach or plane or whatever. And I don't really feel very confident about flying in a plane, I'm not gonna lie. I once described it as a big metal sausage up in the sky, but that's a bit silly. But I'm still not exactly desperate to go on a plane journey. Like, I want to do it one day. It's the kind of thing that, yeah, I've never been on a plane journey, is the upshot of this conversation. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before. I've never left the UK. I've barely even left the mainland of the UK. So yeah, so we decided we were getting the train up. We booked train tickets. The pricing was a bit weird. And then for the return journey, there was a ticket which needed. This story is going somewhere. I'm not just rambling on. There was a ticket which I'm just giving the full backstory of the situation which occurred. There was a ticket. Oh my lord! I said, "Oh Lord Jesus!" There was a ticket for the return leg of the journey. That's like coming home. That was at a time, I can't remember what time it was at, but it had a bus journey in it added into like the train journey. So we're like, that's really weird. We should probably not get that one because buses are not useful. We thought nothing of it and bought a different train ticket at a later time. So yeah, we got to the return journey. There's other things which I want to talk about the holiday, and this seems a bit of a weird way around to do it because this is right at the end. Basically, when we booked the train tickets, we ended up being in Scotland an extra day than my family. But at the end of the holiday, but getting there a day later at the start of the holiday. So we stayed in a B&B in Aviemore where we were on holiday. It was called Carnmore B&B. If anyone's going to Aviemore and needs a B&B, I would recommend it. It was a really good B&B, and they made really good breakfast and it was tasty. I am down a pit and there is nothing in this pit. So yeah, we stayed in a B&B for the hour extra night and went up a big hill in the day before and hung around in the town the next day before we went to the train station. So yeah, this is might get ranty. This may well get ranty because it's going to be a journey home rant. And the journey home was one of the worst journeys of my life. So what happened was, oh god, there's a creeper somewhere. Suck on that. We got to the train station and like we wanted to be sure we weren't going to be late, so we got to the train station ridiculously early. Like it must have been like an hour early. No, maybe. I think we got there at like 1:30 and our train was at 2. So 1:30 we get there and our train's arriving in half an hour theoretically. And we look on the signs for the platforms and there's a train coming in 20 minutes on platform 1 and a train coming in 3 hours on platform 2. And we're like, okay, great. Where's our train? So we walked on the station and all the building there, it was a really like old style station. As in it was built in like, I don't know when it was built, but it looks like it's not changed since it was, and it was a long time ago. So we walked along and it all looked shut up, and then there was a sign saying ticket office over there. So we thought, okay, we'll go over there and ask at the ticket office building, which we could see was open. And so we went over there and we were like, so where's the train? Pretty much, we've got train tickets booked for this train at this time, but it's not on the sign. Why? And she was like, oh, this is the wrong station. Because, oh, not the wrong station. There's only one station in Aviemore, but the wrong ticket office, because there's a like steam railway thing, the Strathspey Steam Railway or something like that, which also stops at Aviemore station and has a separate ticket office, which just happened to be signposted from a sign pointing to ticket office from the middle of the platform for the main train line. I always assumed that, like, I knew that this train existed, but I always just assumed its station was separate, like further along the line a little bit or something, rather than just across the bridge from the main train line in Aviemore. But what does SotK know? So the woman there was very understanding. She was like, oh, okay, I'll go, I've got a timetable over here, I'll go have a look. And she was like, yeah, your train's coming. It's this one. She pointed at it and it was there on the timetable. So we're like, okay, sweet. Where's it going to be? And she was like, well, that train usually comes in on platform 1. And we're like, well, okay. Like, that's a bit confusing because when we arrived here we came in on platform 1. So, why would we go the same way? If you've ever been on a train station, or on a train, you'll know that if two trains go down the same track in opposite directions, either something fancy has to happen or there's going to be a bit of a mess. So we're like, oh, alright, this is weird. But she said, well, as much as we can, they try to all go down this one line. So we were like, okay then. Come on, they're professional, they're gonna have something sorted, aren't they? So we went back over and we sat outside and it was freezing. And then we looked around a bit more and we found the actual ticket office. So, I went down too far. So we went into the actual ticket office. And in there was a big, or not a big board, it was a tiny screen, but on this board was a list of all the trains rather than just 2 of the trains. For some reason, the one outside, right next to where you come into the station, the one you would think, you know, should tell you about the trains, only had 2 trains on, and it was not even the next 2 trains, it was just 2 trains. Oh man, I'm full already. What don't we need? We don't need rotten flesh, we don't need glass panes, we don't need dirt, we do need bones, we don't need arrows, we don't need gunpowder, don't really need all this stone. So where were we? We went into the ticket office. That's where we were. And we got into this ticket office, and there was this board. And we're like, okay. We looked on the board, and our train was there. And we were like, yes, our train's there. And then we were like, oh, our train is 10 minutes delayed. Now, the return journey ticket that we had booked was the best possible ticket. Like, it had the least possible number of changeovers according to the train ticket website. And this had 2 changeovers. One of them was at Edinburgh, and there was a gap of 15 minutes between our train arriving and the one we needed to get onto leaving. So, if you've ever got on a train before, or if you've ever changed over the train before, 15 minutes is an adequate amount of time, assuming everything goes as planned. Now, when it comes to trains in the United Kingdom, assuming everything goes as planned, it turns out, is not a safe assumption at all. That's not enough gold for a golden apple, I'm gonna die! And so, we saw this train was 10 minutes late, and so we're running 10 minutes late, and apparently it was because a previous train had a fault and they'd had to fix that, so everything had got backlogged, as it does. Which is fair enough, 10 minutes, yeah. We've still got 5 minutes to change over. The platform we were changing over on, we've been there on the way up to Scotland, so we knew exactly what was going to happen, and we knew we could definitely do it in 5 minutes. So we weren't worried. We weren't bothered. We were sat around waiting for the train, because now we had like 40 minutes to kill rather than the half an hour, 25 minutes we'd left. And anyway, gets a bit closer to the train time. We're like, oh, we're going to be on the train soon. Oh my lord, there must be a skeleton dungeon up there, right? Iron is not very useful to have in your bar. Oh no. There's a growler. Come at me, bro. Ah! I wonder how long I've been recording, because if I've been recording for too long, I've found out my audio goes really out of sync. I don't want to have to tell this story again. I forgot where I was at. Oh yeah, we were waiting for the train. It was going to be 10 minutes late, so we're like, okay, that's fine. Oh, so that's scary. Anyway, we've been waiting for a while now. The train's probably... It's probably like 1:45 now. The next train... The train that was meant to arrive on the same platform as ours, but before ours, has still not arrived. It was due like 5 minutes before this. So, okay, this is weird. And so, yeah. That train's arrival time gets later and later, and then suddenly our train's going to be 20 minutes late now, not 10 minutes late. And if you were listening a minute ago, you'll have noticed we have 15 minutes to change over in Edinburgh. And if you're 20 minutes late at arriving at the station, and you have 15 minutes from your expected arrival time to get onto another train, you'll know you need to go back in time 5 minutes once you arrive to be able to catch your train. That's a nice way of putting it, isn't it? You could also just say we were screwed. So we were like, oh well, isn't this great? We're stuck in Edinburgh at the moment, but we were like, okay, we'll deal with it. I'm sure there'll be another train, because this was only like, we were expecting to get into Edinburgh. I'm not sure, but oh my lord, we were expecting originally to get back home at like 8:30, and our train was meant to arrive in Aviemore or leave Aviemore at 2:05. It was now 2:05, and there was no sign of our train. We were going to be late. Oh my god, go away. I do not even know what's happened down here. This is Crazy Town. Right. Let me get some torches out. I don't want a bow. Right, what was I saying? I was saying something about trains. It was 2:05, no sign of our train. We were now going to be 20 minutes late. So, at the moment we didn't have any idea what we were going to do when we got to Edinburgh, apart from wait for another train. The internet access for, like, mobile internet in Aviemore is horrific. So we couldn't check online to see if there's any trains from Edinburgh to Manchester, which is where we need to get to. So we're like, okay, we'll just wait till we get to Edinburgh, or we can ask the conductor on the train or something like that. Someone will know. There'll be a way to find out. We'll be fine. So we get on this train. It gets to the apologised for late arrival time of this train, which I can't remember what it was meant to be. It was meant to be like 20 past or something, and we were waiting out on the platform, all excited to get on this train, because trains are cool. So we stood there waiting, no sign of the train. 5 minutes go by, we're now 25 minutes late arriving into Edinburgh. And there it is, the train's here. Well, okay. It's now 25 to 3, we were meant to be on this train at 2:05. This is a bit inconvenient. But we can roll with that, that's okay. There can be problems, that's fine. So we got on the train, everything was going well. The conductor comes around, asks for his tickets, we show him our tickets, and we say, oh yeah, by the way, our connections, we're going to miss our train in Edinburgh, what are we meant to do? So he goes, where are you going? We're going to Manchester. He says, okay then. He takes a look in his little notebook, or not a notebook, on his little tablet. I don't know how it was working, I don't know what he was doing, but he had a list of all the train times from everywhere, I assume, just access to their database, and there we go, that's what we were looking for, SotK. Nice mine shaft. And there's the rain, reminding me why I had particles turned off. So he says, oh well, there's a train leaving from Haymarket, which is the smaller station of the two that are in Edinburgh. He says, right, okay, we're going to pause the recording here because I'm paranoid I've gone too long. We're going to finish this story today, and we might talk about other holiday stories in coming episodes. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So, hold on one sec. I was just talking about the train. We were now late, and he was like, okay, there's a train in Edinburgh, leaving Haymarket, the small station in Edinburgh, at 6:10. We would be there in time for 6:10. Our original train was meant to be at like 5 o'clock or something, I can't remember. We were like, yeah, 6:10, that's fine, sweet, we'll do that. And then he goes, oh, it must have been like 6:15 actually. And he says, but it's also leaving from, that train is also stopping at Edinburgh Waverley, which is the last stop on the line from Aviemore down to Edinburgh. It's the main train station in Edinburgh, and it's just bigger and drier than Haymarket. So we're like, okay, that sounds like a better option, we'll catch it from there. And he was like, yeah, that's fine, you can go to the end of this line, it doesn't matter. So, okay, awesome. So, we set off. Oh, the train was going, but you know. We arrive at Haymarket. The train's long since gone, it's like half an hour at least late. Oh, there's a big scary bridge, which is the 4th rail bridge, which is a beautiful bridge, but I didn't like it because I couldn't see the sides, and I'm apparently a massive coward when it comes to bridges, which is something I didn't know before. I think it's more water than bridges. So yeah, we crossed that bridge really later than we were expecting to, and we got to Edinburgh Haymarket and we're like, okay, there's no point getting off here, we've definitely missed our connection. We've been holding out some vain hope, I guess, that Maybe if we could make up the lost time if we tried really hard and wished. He's got enchanted gold armor. He's not dropped the enchanted part though. What a dick. So like that, we'll just stay on to Waverley. We get to Edinburgh Waverley. Awesome. We're there. We get off. We go into the sweet. That's a skeleton spawner. We go into the platform. Oh. Oh crap. There's a ticket gate. A ticket gate. If you're arriving in the station, you put your ticket in the ticket gate. It's an automatic ticket gate. You put the ticket in the ticket gate. The ticket stays in the gate, and the gate opens. Now, this was first of like 2 trains of the day. That's all. It was originally going to be the first of 3 trains of the day, but events made it the first of 2 trains of the day. So like, oh, okay. So yeah, the rearranged route was actually good, a better route than the original route was. So we were like, okay, that's sweet. But yeah, we got there and we're like, okay, what do? We are stuck on the platform side and we can't see the boards that tell us where to go to catch our train. So we shouted at a guy who worked there, saying, hey guy, what do? We're stuck. And he let us through, and when so he explained our situation. And he's like, okay, just come hang about. And then we went and sat down, and we asked him where our train was, and he said, oh, there's a board up here. And it says, platform 13 at 6:10. You can catch the train to Manchester Piccadilly. So like, awesome, that's great. Everything's going right at last. Oh, how wrong we were. We went and look. We thought, right, we're in a big, massive station. We'll go find a bin and put all this litter that we'd generated in the journey there. Or like early in the day, we had some litter on us, basically. So we go. This was a minor inconvenience, really, in the grand scheme of things in the day. So we go and we look around and we can't see a bin in the outside part of the station, if you like where the trains come in near the platforms, but not quite on the platforms, just near them. So we think, oh, alright, there's probably going to be one inside. There's restaurants and stuff here, there must be. So we go and look, and we can't see any inside, and we think, well, there's a Burger King over there, that'll have a bin in it. So over to the Burger King we go. There's no bins in the Burger King. And by this point we're like, right, okie doke. We look around a bit more, and there's no bins, and now, in Edinburgh, the internet connection's a little bit better than it is in Avonmore. But my phone was running out of charge. So I googled. We didn't think anything of it running out of charge at this point. That's just a side note which will become important later. So we think, okay, awesome. Hi Skelly, don't you dare push me down anything that's behind me. So we're awesome, we'll catch this train, we'll just find there's no bins, and we googled why is there no bins. There were indeed no bins in the station. I assume it's counter-terrorism measure or something random like that. Fuck you, skeleton man. I'm gonna turn you into a grinder so I can have arrows forever. Hi guy. Bye guy. Suck on that. And you. What forgot? Iron, redstone, bucket, saddle, wheat. Bread. Sign, string everywhere. And some bucket. Nothing of great interest. I forgot what I was saying. We're in Edinburgh, there was no bins, that's what I was saying, isn't it? So, okay, this is a bit weird, but we can roll with that. We don't desperately need a bin, we can manage, we can survive. There'll be a rubbish woman on the train, bringing bags for rubbish. Soup! Soup! We wanted soup! Oh yeah, we were getting a bit peckish by this point. It was now like, going up for 6. Oh, it was like 5:45 maybe. 20 to 6. And we were chilling out, it's almost time for the train. And I look up at the board with the train platforms on, and it says Manchester Piccadilly bus. And I was like, T? T as in my girlfriend T, not my brother T. Yeah, same nickname, two things. T, look at the board. It says bus, not platform. And so we're like, oh dear, what's that even mean? And so we're like, we went and found a guy. It was a different guy to the guy who let us on the platform in the first place, but he was just as nice. And he was like, oh, this means you've got a replacement bus service. You've got to go and get it on Market Street. And we're like, great. Never been in this city before. Thanks for that information. Where the bloody hell's Market Street? And so he was like, right, you go up here, out here, down there, through that, through this door, through that door, around the corner, down the stairs, over the bridge. And we're like, okay, right, fine, get it. And then we followed his directions, and there were, in fairness, his directions weren't as terrible as me being mad at the situation made out. But melon seeds. Right, another reason we came in is because we want potions, and we need pumpkins and melons for that. And I've never found melon seeds on this server, I think. I'll probably have and just put them in the chest somewhere. So I was saying words and I've forgotten what the words were. I want diamond. Well, yeah, diamond. What in hell was I saying? Yeah, it's a bus, and he gave us directions to Market Street, so we managed eventually, after like 5 minutes, it wasn't really that difficult, to find our way out of the station and onto Market Street, which was indicated by a small crowd, not a huge crowd, just like 20 or so people, who were in the exact same situation as us, waiting for the train down to England from Edinburgh, or down to the west of England from Edinburgh. And there was no staff. The guy who given us directions was like, oh yeah, there'll be a staff member there to tell you where to go once you get up there and stuff. There were no staff members there, so we're like, okay, that's alright. There's no urgent need. It's still 20 minutes till the bus arrives, not the train anymore, the bus. We didn't know where the bus was going to go to at this point. We didn't know we would know it was our bus, especially with there not being any staff members. And so we were like, alright then, it's no biggie yet. We'll just get on the bus. And then a coach arrived, and everyone seemed to move towards it, so we're like, okay, this must be the bus. So we moved towards it, and the driver's like, oh no, this is not a train bus, what are you talking about? So some guy, I think. And so everyone was really confused again. There was no staff there to organise the situation at all. And some people were getting a little bit pissed off by now, because they wanted to get home, and the train was not a train anymore. It was a bus, and it was, who knows what it was, who knows what we're meant to do. So we wait a bit longer. 6:10 arrives. There's no buses. And now I think, right, you know what, the internet's good here. I'll check the train line, which is the train ticket website thing, which also has like up-to-date information about train routes. So we look and say, oh okay, this time train which we're going to be getting has a bus in it. I open the link and the bus is to Carlisle. We're like, what? That's like half the journey. So we're there like, oh okay, we'll get the bus to Carlisle. Ain't nobody got time for that, but we'll get the bus to Carlisle since we don't really have a choice. Where's the bus? So I thought the train is run by TransPennine Express. So we go, I know, let's look on the TransPennine Express website. So we go there, and after a load of messing around because it didn't load properly on my phone, we load the like RSS feed information about train services, and oh, this train has been cancelled because of overrunning engineering works on such a place between Lockerbie and Carlisle, or Lockerbie and Edinburgh. So like, what? And it says 2 replacement coaches will be dispatched. 2 replacement coaches. This is going to be a long episode. 2 replacement coaches will be dispatched, and you can get in it and go to Carlisle, and then you'll be picked up by a Virgin train which will take you down to Preston, and then you'll be picked up in Preston by a Transparent Express train which will take all you lovely ones down to Manchester, and everything will be fine and dandy. So I'm like, okay, and it says these trains are arriving at 1:15 whatever fucking time it was, 6:10, and I'm like, okay, it's 6:10, where's the coaches? Refresh the page a couple of minutes later, there's still no signs of the coaches. It says, the coaches have gone now, they've been and arrived and departed on the way to Carlisle. So like, great. Something tells me they haven't, because we're on Market Street. And it wasn't just me and my girlfriend on Market Street. It was me, my girlfriend, and about 100 other people on Market Street. And I'm like, well, this is going to fit just about on 2 coaches, maybe. And so we're waiting and we're waiting, and then finally, at like going up, I don't know what time it was, but it was late. It was going up for like 6:30. Oh, there's another part to this story which we'll get onto in a second, I think. It was going up for like 6:30. How have I managed to make this story so long? And the bus driver arrives and he's in his coach, and he's like, so, what's happening, guys? And there's no staff to tell the bus driver why he's here. He doesn't know what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening. So the bus driver goes down into the station and the bus driver goes down into the station to find out what's going on. And then he comes back up and he's like, right, this bus, luckily, me and my girlfriend had walked over to like the door of that bus to ask the driver what's going on. And he says, right, this bus, wishful thinking, this bus is going to, how deep am I? Not very deep at all. This bus is going to Carlisle and Manchester. If you're going to Carlisle or Manchester, you need to get on this coach. There'll be another one coming just at 2. So we get on the coach. We're like one of the first people on the coach, thankfully. And we sit down, get comfortable, we drive around Edinburgh a little bit to turn around, we go past, and he asks his mate when we're going past the station again. This checks stuff with him and then says, yeah, it's fine, you leave. So, well, his mate, it was a member of the station staff, I think. And so we leave, we're driving, and that's all we'll hear about Edinburgh station again until we're on the train. So, yeah, see, spoiler, we do get on a train in the end. So yeah, we're on the bus now, and we think, right, Carlisle's actually quite far away from Edinburgh, and it's going to take us like 2.5 hours to get there. By this point, it's like 7:10. So my phone has like 2% battery life left or something, and so I text my parents like, my phone's going to die, don't know if we're going to get home, keep you posted. Pretty much. So anyway, I used my last bit of battery life then to go on Google and see, right, because by this point we've now had an extra added delay of long enough that we'll miss our connection in Carlisle. We'll miss the Virgin train which is there to pick us up, because it's just another Virgin train which we've been told, right, your tickets are valid for this line now, get on it. So we're thinking, right, we're gonna miss that. When's the next one? So we look on the train line, and the train times are like blah 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 blah. All gonna miss. And then 9 o'clock, 9:15, there's a train. Sweet. 9:25, there's a train. Sweet, we're gonna be fine. No trains after that until 5 a.m. So we were like, holy crap, we need to be in Carlisle by whatever time the train was, 9:25, or we're just screwed. So we were bobbing along on the banks of the river when the 7 fat cows that came on out of the Nile. Okay. Sorry. Don't know where that came from. So okay. One second. Okay. We... Oh god. I'm going crazy. So we were like, okay, this is an issue now. We've got to get there before 9:30. 9:25. Or else... GG. So we were like, alright then, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins with his 7 fat cows coming on out of the Nile. And, so I'm pretty sure I've just entered my inventory and picked up all the crap I dropped. Amazing. Oh, that was convenient. So we're on the bus and we're looking at the time and we're looking at the distance and we're looking at the time and we're looking at the distance and like, if there's no traffic and we keep going at this speed, we're going to be in Carlisle at 9. Awesome. That's just what we need. Carlisle at 9 is perfect. Anyway, this, at long last, was a part of the journey that went well. We got to Carlisle at like 9 o'clock. We got to the station at like, oh, we're here again. Well, damn guy. So awesome, we're at the station, we're not gonna die, we're not gonna get stuck in Carlisle. Oh my god, that made me jump. So sweet, awesome, perfect. Sweet, awesome, perfect. That one. Ah! Oh! I think I need to sit down. Why have I come caving? Oh my god, that gave me a heart attack. Right, 7 fat cows came out of the Nile again. Where were we? We were at Carlisle train station. And awesome! We can catch the train. Now, by this point we were really, really hungry. We hadn't eaten since like 1 o'clock. And we've been on a really long coach journey, so we felt pretty crappy. Like travel sickness. And that was pretty much the end of the shit journey, because then we got on the better of the 2 trains, and it was the first of the 2 trains, and we're like, sweet, we're gonna get home. Then we got on this train, we're driving along, and there's this really stupid family sat opposite us, who were really, really stupid and judgmental, going to bowling. So that's all you need to know if you're from around here. And so... yeah, we're on the train, everything's going swimmingly. Then we get to Preston, and the stupid family are like stupid. And oh, we're gonna wait here for a second now, cause we're gonna wait for the other train to catch us up, so we don't leave people stuck in Preston. Because apparently this was also the last train from Preston to Manchester. This because it was a Sunday night, the trains were not exactly running. And oh my god, a skeleton! Right, put water down there. And so my water just a bit right. Right, hold on, Minecraft mode for a second. This killed me in Ultra Hardcore, one of the games I played. Got stuck in water trying to get to a freaking skeleton, and every time I was climbed out of the water he shot me back into it, and I couldn't get away because it was just water and him in a ravine just like this. That was stupid. So yeah, we got to Preston and this guy gets on the train and we were like, oh, okay, there's a guy. And he sat opposite us and we were like, okay, it's a guy. We're not the most sociable people in the world. Me and my girlfriend was just a bit like, yeah, it's a guy. Okay. I don't know if it was like the last seat on the train or whatever, but you know. Don't know why people bitch about skeletons, they're not that hard. They're not even that hard in Ultra Hardcore unless you get stuck in water. And so we're going and we're journeying, and this guy asks us, oh, do you know when this train's getting into Manchester Piccadilly? And we're like, oh, it's like 11:15 or something, I think. He says, oh sweet, thank you. And eventually, and yeah, the time goes on as it does. And then it's a little bit later now. Come at me, you guys. And we're getting towards Piccadilly, and we just like start a random conversation with him. I can't remember how it happened, but we were talking. He was like, "Oh, so
were you guys at Edinburgh then? He says. I'm like, yeah, we were there. We didn't see him though or anything. And he was like, yeah, did you get on the coach? Then the coach was like, the first coach, yeah. And he was like, that was the only coach. I'm like, what? They said there was going to be two. He was like, yeah, no. The second one just never turned up. So he'd had an even worse journey than us, because anyway, he was like, oh, well, I ended up having to go on the train from Edinburgh to Glasgow, and then on the train from then run from Glasgow one station to Glasgow the other station, and then the train from Glasgow the other station to Carlisle, then from Carlisle to Preston, and then from Preston to Manchester. Oh no, I blew up some redstone. So we're like, wow, that really sucks. And that does really suck as well. That was a really horrific journey, I would imagine. And so we were like, okay, it's worse than ours. And it was just, it astounded me how terribly organised the railway was. It was ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. We were really, really mad by the end of it. But then, soon after we got on the train in Preston, actually, in Carlisle, sorry, actually, the trolley came round and there was soup, and we ate soup, and it was tomato soup, tomato cuppa soup. And at that point in time, it was quite possibly the nicest thing in the world. It was so good, because we were so hungry. And soup's always good, especially when it's train soup, because train soup has a special feel about it. It's just got a train soup vibe. And so we're like, yeah, soup. And we ate soup, and all was good in the world. And then we arrived back in Manchester at about 11:30, not 11:15, because we ended up being delayed in Preston, obviously. And also we got... And they ended up having to hold back a train in Manchester as well, so that people could catch that. And a lot of people ended where I don't know what would happen to them, because there was one lady who was like, she was meant to be going, and the train that she needed to get on left Manchester at like 10 o'clock. The last possible one she could get on. So some people have been royally fucked over by that train journey. We were just marginally fucked over. It was a lot worse at the time. I'm over it now. And now I would probably get on a train again, but at the time I was never getting on a train again in my life. In fact, I will be on a train again. I'll be getting on a train at the end of this week. Giving Transparent Express more of my money. Don't really deserve it. So yeah, that was the story of coming home from Scotland. It was an adventure. And it was the worst journey of my life. By quite some distance. I never ever want to experience train delays like that again. So I was pretty mad, and I think that is going to be today's story for the episode, because my throat hurts a little bit and I've been recording for about an hour. So maybe I'll end up cutting out some of the and ahhing in this story, so I'll get to the point a little bit quicker in the version you see. But I just took an hour to tell something which should have taken like 10 minutes. So in the next episode, we might still be caving. Don't know where I am anymore. In the next episode, we might do something with the armour if we've got an idea. Or we might just be caving still, like I said. Or we might be on a little adventure. I've got a few things planned that I want to do on this server. And one of them is in the Nether. In what was gonna be, I think, episode 2 of this series, I was in the Nether. But I started editing it and the video was really laggy. But now I'm older and wiser. I'm aware that that was probably just me overreacting, and mixed with Sony Vegas on my computer not being able to good enough to play back the mid-editing footage in Sony Vegas in real time. For some reason I panicked and thought that that must be the actual video quality. And so, oh wow, this is an enchanted up guy.
Die, guy. Don't you dare go in that lava. Yeah, I don't even care if he drops anything. Oh, same words. Oh yeah. So we're gonna go to the nether, and in the nether, I don't know if you guys even know about what I have in the nether, but we have a little rail which goes all the way from my pyramid to the spawn of the server. Like, there is warps, but I wanted to try and play as vanilla as I could. So I built a big nether track, and one thing I want to do is rebuild the nether track, because the current one is crappy and goes through lava everywhere. So what I want to do is go up to the roof of the nether, move my portals around a bit, and set up a proper nether track, and then eventually a whole hub for the whole server, all the millions of people that play on this server. T has not been on this server in a while and needs to come on this server. I'm going to tell him that just soon. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in episode 20 of SotK Plays Minecraft SMP. Thanks for watching, bye!